Welcome to Union High School. I'm Mark Winterton, and it is football night. It's Friday Night Lights. Union Cougars here as Grantsville Cowboys coming in. And you can see the helicopter land there as they are actually bringing in the game ball. There's Bill Labrum with the game ball. Keep your head low. It's actually a chilly night, a little bit of wind. But ready to go, and it's homecoming night. The Cougars have the field, you can see, all painted nice. Braxton Tuff, and speaking of which, he's got a dinner. We'll talk a little more about that a little bit later in the show. But Grantsville here tonight at Union. Great matchup, and we actually were able to catch up with the coaches from both Union and Grantsville, getting some keys to the game. We'll start with the visiting team. Grantsville, Coach Bird, it's actually his first year at Grantsville, assistant coach coming from Spanish Fork as an assistant. And so his first year as a head coach with Grantsville. He said some of his keys to the game are, of course, getting their run game going. One of the things he's mentioned in preseason is that they're going to run the ball probably 60 to 70% of the time. And if they get that run game going, they're going to be tough to stop, as they've got Brady Arbin, a crucial running back or player for the team. Also, the other thing is controlling the clock, which is if they get that run game going, that's going to be one thing they'll be able to do. And then causing some turnovers on defense. Going to the Cougars, Coach Labrum, play great defense. Playing great defense. If they can shut that run down and play that stingy defense, that's definitely will win the game for them. Value the football. You don't want to have the turnovers, and win the fourth quarter. Always crucial. And so Coach Labrum there, as he gets the game ball, Bill Labrum presenting the game ball to him.
As a wrestler, he was 22-0.
And we do want to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring you VTV coverage. You can L&L Motor, Strata Networks, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Moon Lake Electric, Savage Services, Stickman, and Sunbelt Rentals. All proud sponsors of VTV High School Sports. We've, again, it's homecoming, and so they're doing some special presentations tonight here, as Bill Labrum has presented them with the game ball. And we've also got the national anthem that will be coming up here in a bit. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back after this, and we'll talk then.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, Gig Internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
And we're back. Mark Winterton bringing you live coverage of Union High School as Grantsville comes into town, take on the Cougars in this homecoming game. As our captains head out onto the field, you can see our captains there. Number 4, that's Chase Berlin. Number 54, Tavita Kafusi. 53 is Lonnie Letui. Jared Miller, number 32, and then your captain that's standing back there. That is Lincoln Labrum. The Cougars won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. So the Grantsville. Oh, never mind. Sorry. I think Grantsville won it. Deferred. There we go. And the Cougars will receive. And so Grantsville will defer to the second half of our football game. So the Cougars will get ready to receive here in this homecoming match. You can see there on the field, Braxton Tuff. You know, Braxton Nilsson injured in a PRCA rodeo on August 31st as his horse reared up and smashed up against the chute, compressing his spinal cord. Anyways, they're having a dinner. That is Monday, October 2nd. It's at the Grace Events Center. So a little benefit dinner for Braxton Nilsson.
National anthem will be sung by Kylie Todd, Bryn Staker.
So Kylie Todd will come out to sing our national anthem. And we're going to go away for a quick break. While we do that, we'll be back, ready to start some football.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
welcome back. It's Union High School Cougar football as the Cougars get ready to take on the Grantsville Cowboys in this homecoming match on this brisk, could you call it brisk, Friday night. It's a cold one. The Cougars will be receiving to start this game as the Grantsville Cowboys deferred to the second half. Some players to watch on this Grantsville team. They've got some tough ones. Number 31, and you'll see him. He's a big old boy, but he's going to mainly be your running back, because we got some fireworks out there. The Cougars are bringing it all on this homecoming night. Back to kick for the Grantsville Cowboys. You know, one thing I hate, they put the, there we go, Dane Linton back to receive for the Cougars. That's number 6 is Gage Roberts at number 3, Chase Burchell. As there's Linton's kick. Just a little pooch, and that's actually going for a onside almost. And that is Colby Gurr that makes the catch. So the Cougars fielding this one at the 40, and a great catch by a big lineman, and not just a, well, he's a sophomore. So just a sophomore in Gurr there fields that one, and the Cougars will take over on their own 40. Labrum in the gun. He's got his receivers, dual receivers to both sides, and Miller in the backfield there with him, and he's going to give to Miller. Miller's going to get a couple here, but a tough defensive line by Grantsville, and they had a chance to walk next to these guys. And size-wise, I actually feel like they're a lot bigger than the Cougars, but Cougar technique on that offensive line. We'll see if they can move the ball. Again, same formation here. And again, they're going to give to Miller. Miller gets past one tackler.
Miller's got some room, goes around the left side.
Had a hole open up there, and he's able to pick up yardage. About 6 on the play, and so it'll be 3rd and 2. Trying to get into Cowboy territory here.
He got 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And then 48-yarder.
Cowboys playing 3 down linemen. A 3-4 defense here. Again, the dual receivers to both sides. And the snap. Labrum across the middle, and it's picked off. And that is Arbin with the interception. He's a big old boy, and as it's Miller who wraps him up, bringing him down. But now Grantsville will have the ball in Cougar territory. And not much time going by there. As Cougars unable to get a first down, and the interception across the middle puts Grantsville offense on the field. Grantsville running a spread under center. That's Coy Johnson, the senior quarterback, as he brings a man in motion. And he's going to pitch it to his running back around the right side. Cougar tackler Garrett Harding in there. Grantsville picking up just a yard on that little sweep around the right side. It was Schmidt. Schmidt with the carry. So Johnson again under center. This time with a strong right I formation here. Brings again a man in motion, and is going to give it to Schmidt again. Schmidt this time bounces it, picking up some yardage, and it looks like he's got the first down. Miller was the first one there, and then he gets brought down by a few of them there. Chase Burchell. Looked like Nebeker was also in there. And so the Cowboys with another first down. And so Cowboys coming out, trying to establish that's one of their keys to the game is to open up the ground game. And 3 straight runs, and they've got a first. Bringing a man in motion again, and they're going to give it to him. That's Bartley around the right side. He's got a first. And Chase Birchall is going to trip him up just inside the 20. So Bartley, just a sophomore, but a good-sized sophomore. One of the newcomers coming in for this offense. Grantsville was 4-7 last year and finished 3rd in the region in 3A North with a 3-2 record. Again, Johnson under center. He's going to pitch it out to Schmidt. Another right side sweep. There's a flag in the backfield, though. Looked like Kafusi and Sixkiller had the tackle there. But the penalty against the Cowboys, illegal block. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Oh, 15-yard penalty. We go 15, so it'll be a repeat of first down. First and now 25. So Schmidt, the running back in the backfield for the Cowboys. Again, a spread formation with Johnson under center. Now he's going to bring a man in motion. And he'll give a trap. It's a trap play to Schmidt, but the handoff there just a little bit of mistake, I guess, on Grantsville's part. The exchange didn't take place, and Schmidt jumps on the ball. That's always a easy play for the defense. So it'll just be a one-yard loss. 2nd and 26 now. Grantsville brings a man in motion quite often, and then he'll swing around the running back. They'll either hit a trap play or they'll pitch it to the man. And as Schmidt avoids tacklers, gets upfield, and it's Jerem Miller again with the tackle. So Jerem Miller heavily involved here on the defensive side, as this will bring up 3rd and 17 now for the Cowboys. Well, Coach Bird, it's his first year in Grantsville. He's never lived there, actually. But he brings some fresh coaching ideas to the Cowboys. Running this spread offense here. Johnson under center. Puts a man in motion, gives to Schmidt again on that draw play, and Schmidt again having trouble with the footing there. Well, actually, he fumbled it once, and this time he loses footing. And so now it'll be 4th and 15. Cowboys inside the 25. They'll go for it. And who wouldn't? Unless you've got a kicker that can knock this one in. This would be about a 40-yarder, though. So Johnson again under center. Goes with double strong here, tight end set. Schmidt in the backfield. Johnson drops back to throw. He's going to put it up to Bartley. Bartley, and that is incomplete. Just overthrown. And the Cougars turnover on downs here for the Cowboys. That was a Brinkerhoff on the coverage there against Bartley. But the ball thrown just a little over Bartley's head, unable to get to it. And so the offense will take the field again. So Lincoln Labrum, the Cougar sophomore quarterback, in the gun. He's got trips left. Miller lined up in the backfield there with him, as now he brings him to his left side. There's the snap. He's going to give to Miller. Miller bounced that and bounced it right into a tackler there. I'm not sure. Picked up 3. Your receivers for the Cougars there, this near side receiver, that's Gage Roberts. And now they're going to go trips right. Also Foot and Berlin there. And so Chase Burchell, I think, is the receiver on the far side there. Labrum fakes it to Jerem Miller, and now he's going to keep it himself as he's trying to pick up some blocking. Number 35 gets through and makes the tackle there. That's Braxton Hansen, a senior for the Cowboys. So 3rd and 5 now for the Cougars. This from their own 29-yard line. Crucial 3rd down play here as Labrum gets pushed from the pocket. He releases, and it's to Foot. Foot making the grab. They're at the 40, and they're going to get a first. A nice catch by Foot. If we could see that one in replay, we would. But a great catch by Foot there. And the Cougars get a first down. Looking back to the line of scrimmage, they're going to go with 5 receivers, putting Jerem Miller out there. 3 down linemen. And they're going to give it to Burchell. Little end around. Can't find any room there, but trying to follow his blocker. He'll pick up a few. Well, L&L Motors, the #1 rated new car dealer in the Basin. You can visit their new Buick GMC full-service store in Bernal. L&L Motor. Proud sponsor of VTV sports coverage. Cougars, 2nd and 6 here. They're going to give it to Miller. Miller following to beat a Kafusi block in there, and it looked like he only picked up 1. So again, it'll be 3rd and 5. Another 3rd down conversion. As Grantsville, pretty tough here on defense. And of course, one of their key plays of the game is causing turnovers as the Cougars threw an interception. And Jerem Miller fumbling the ball there, but picks it right back up. It bounces right back to him, luckily. They're not going to pick up anything for the first down, but they do hang on to it, and they'll allow Lang to punt this ball away. So Chase Lang into punt. Back to receive for the Cowboys. That's Schmidt. Schmidt and Hansen. So from the Cougars, their own 45-yard line, here's the punt. Nice punt by Lang. He's going to bounce the 20. And this one bouncing down inside the 5. And another beautiful punt by Lang as he pins him inside the 5-yard line. And Grantsville's offense will come out onto the field. Well, again, big thanks to all of our sponsors. Ashley Regional Medical Center, the only Joint Commission accredited hospital in the Basin. Looking forward to the completion of their new women's center. That's going to be in 2018. Also, Moon Lake Electric, they're owned by the people they serve. They're a cooperative, not privately owned, providing power to the area since 1938. Also, you can find and like them on Facebook. As Johnson under center, he's got, looks like a strong I formation to the left side here. And he's going to give it to Schmidt. Schmidt pops it outside to the left. He's got Chase Burchell to beat, and he's off to the races. Chase is going to drag him down out of bounds, but not until Schmidt picks up 37 on the play. So again, that key to winning the game for Grantsville, running the ball successfully, and they've done that. The Cougar defense needs to shut down this run game. So the Cowboys now from their own 40 Cougars playing with 4 down linemen, a 4-3 defense here. Johnson under center. He's going to fake it to Schmidt, roll right, bootleg, and he's got his man there in the flat. It's completed. And Burchell will make the tackle there. That was Bird, Parker Bird, number 44. As Grantsville back in Cougar territory. Well, Strata Networks, another one of our sponsors, allowing us to bring you live coverage of your high school sports. Strata Networks is proud to be your local wireless provider. Right now, you can get a 4G smartphone for $0 down, upgrading as early as 1 year with Strata Plus. Just learn more from stratanetworks.com. Coy Johnson under center. He has to Schmidt, and Schmidt again bouncing it to the outside and beating the defense. As again, he's going to get 21 on this play. And so huge pickup. Johnson continuing to run over this defense, and not really run over him, but run around him, run past him. As Grantsville now knocking on the door here. Cougars going with almost a 5 down lineman here as Lang comes in as a linebacker to cover the tight end. Bartley going in motion. Johnson's gonna give it to Bartley around the right side as Brig Edwards jumping for him. And I'm not sure who that was that came in on the tackle as Bartley lowers his shoulder. Lowered the boom.
Also number 17, Easton Roar.
And they pick up 4.
So
it'll be 2nd and 6 now for the Cowboys. Tavita Kafusi here. Coming into the game for the Cougars. Got a strong left eye formation here. As they'll hand to Schmidt again, and Schmidt caught up in the backfield. It was Roar, but Roar unable to hang on to him as he breaks free. He'll be close to a 1st down, not quite there, and so that'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Lutui and Roberts in on the stop.
So Roberts and Lutui look like we're finally able to bring him down after he breaks free from Roar there.
Ball lies on the 11-yard line of the Cougars.
Johnson gets the play there from Bird. Coach Bird, of course, coming from, he was the assistant coach at Spanish Fork as he's come over. First year as the head coach for Grantsville. And Grantsville switching from the pistol offense to this spread offense this season. And that is going to do it for us. After 1, our scores is 0. We'll be back after a break.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
And just missing that play as, sorry we didn't get back to break, but it was a handoff to the left side to Schmidt. Schmidt running into Six Killer. Six Killer stopping him right at the line of scrimmage, and so the Cougars will force a 4th and 1 here. Well, of course, Grantsville's going to go for it. Right at the 11-yard line. Schmidt's been deadly as he's bounced it outside. The Cougars have been unable to contain him. And Johnson's just going to take this one up the middle himself. He'll get the first. So just a QB sneak. And Grantsville has the first down. It'll be 1st and goal now. From the Cougar 9-yard line. So again, Cougar defense trying to make the big stop, and so far they've stopped Grantsville from scoring. But Grantsville inside the 10 here. Johnson under center, and that's a false start on the offense. I'll call that one. So a little 5-yard penalty against the Cowboys, and that'll make it 1st and goal from the 14-yard line. Well, Coach Bird from Grantsville, again, they had some issues there, some coaching issues, we'll just say. They wouldn't speak, you know, obviously Coach Bird didn't want to talk too much about it, but there was some, I don't know what you'd call it. Anyways, yeah, the old coach, Coach Ware, ran into some troubles. Maybe we'll just say with the law. So they had an interim coach last year, and then Coach Bird coming in for the Cowboys in his first year. But Grantsville always a tough one, coming off of a loss against Morgan last week. The Cougars getting the win in Carbon, and so we'll see if the Cougars can keep that momentum coming into this game, as they know they're coming up against a tougher team here in Grantsville. As Johnson will fake it, bootleg around the right side. He looks like he's going to keep it himself now, and he's going to knocked out of bounds by Labrum. I was watching the defensive back staying with his man, and then he turned his back on the quarterback, allowing Johnson to tuck the ball and run. And so it'll be 3rd down now and goal from the Cougar 4-yard line. Johnson under center. He's got his strong side I formation. They give to Schmidt. Schmidt bounces off a tackler. Now he's going to push a group of defensive Cougar Cougar tacklers there. Cougar players into the end zone for the touchdown.
Schmidt for the touchdown for the Grantsville.
So Grantsville will score first. That'll be Johnson to hold.
Linton to kick, Johnson to hold. Kick is up.
And that kick is going to be good.
The kick is good.
So 7-0 is our score. We'll be back after this quick break.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
And we're back. Cougars chase Birchall engaged Roberts back to receive for the Cougars after Grantsville scored on that run. And again, another little pooch kick, and it looks like Grantsville got on it. I think Grantsville recovered that one, and they did. And so Grantsville successful on the, now they did the same thing on the opening kick. Cougars were able to get that one this time. The onside kick is successful for Grantsville, and they will take over on the Cougar 41-yard line. Savage. The Savage family founded the company in 1946 with a single truck hauling coal and timber in Utah. Today, they are a leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries, including electric power generation, coal production, oil refining, railroad, chemical, oil-filled downhole services, and other industries. Well, the Cougars want a timeout, and we're going to take one too.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
And so Grantsville's going to pitch it out to number 35 there. He's taking it right side, running into Chase Burchell. Easton Rohr also in on the tackle. And again, Grantsville marching after that onside kick. They recovered that, starting at the Cougar 41. And they're already at the 22. 35, that's Hansen with the run there. As again, Grantsville back to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. With the one tight end on the left side, Johnson's going to bring Hansen in motion, and we got a false start. Oh, delay game. So just a 5-yard penalty against the Cowboys. So the Cowboys, tough on defense. They've been able to run the ball well against the Cougars and leading 7-0 here. As the Cougars have been unable to get anything working on the offensive side. The other thing is Grantsville's been able to use up big chunks of time as they run the ball. Again, Hansen comes in motion. They're going to pitch it around the left side. That's Schmidt. And Schmidt racing to the end zone. He's going to get drug out of bounds by Chase Burchell. And we are hearing Burchell's name way too many times. As a safety, you don't want to hear his name being called too much. It means the guys are breaking into the secondary. So it'll be 1st and goal now for the Cowboys. About the 8-yard line. Again, I formation here. Strong left here. Johnson under center, gives to Schmidt, and Schmidt, he'll get a few. So 8:49 left to go here in the second quarter in the first half, and Grantsville leads 7-0. Well, Sickman is proud to sponsor VTV6's live coverage of the Uinta Basin High School football. All your football teams, Altamont, Duchesne, Uinta, and Union. Also, Sunbelt Reynolds is a proud sponsor of VTV6's live coverage of Uinta Basin High School football. Doesn't look like Schmidt's going to get anything on that one. And so it'll be 3rd and goal now from the Cougar 5-yard line. Defensively, Grantsville's been tough, and offensively, they've been able to move the ball. Cougars need to make a big stand here as Johnson rolls right. He's got some room. He's going to tuck it and run it, and he's in. So another touchdown by Grantsville, and they've got a chance to go up by 14 here. Linton will come in to kick with Johnson to hold.
Linton will be kicking, quarterback Johnson to hold.
There's the snap. And it bounces off the ground, and so Johnson's going to roll. And it is caught. And so the muff snap, Johnson's able to roll, and the ball just able to get it off. His receiver was just behind the defenders. It looked like the Cougars had knocked it down, but and maybe they tipped it to him. But either way, a Grantsville receiver came up with it, and they get the 2-point conversion. And so our score, 15 for the Cowboys, 0 for the Cougars, as the receiving corps will now take the field. You got to expect, again, another onside, as they'll put an extra guy over there. They got Roberts over there. He's going to come up, and they'll only have a Birchall deep. But we'll see what Linton does. Special teams trying to make some adjustments to not let another onside kick happen. You know, and they've kicked 2, so. And again, he's going to kick this one, and this one's going to go out of bounds.
Another push kick goes out of bounds.
And so the Cougars will take the ball right there where it's gone out. So the offense will take the field. Looks like, we're going to see exactly where they line it up. It looks like about the 42. Defensively, Grantsville's been pretty good. Losing last year in the 3A quarterfinals, only 19-18 against Delta. And they've got a handful of defensive starters returning this year. But Grantsville always an aggressive team, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. Trips left for the Cougars. Low snap, and Labram's going to keep it himself. Not going to get anything there. Looks like he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now. As the Cougars wait for the offensive play to come in here.
Second and 10 for the Cougs.
Going to go trips left again. Labram in the gun, puts Miller to his right side. He's going to bring Chase Berlin in motion. Fakes it to Berlin. Gives to Miller, and Miller stuffed in the backfield. And so now we're going to be faced, the Cougars are going to be faced with a 3rd and long from their own 40.
Number 54, Bo Johnson on the tackle. 3rd and 12.
Grantsville mostly running 3 down linemen here with 4 tough linebackers. As the Cougars go with 5 receivers, Arbin blitzing, and Labram, he's just going to take it out of the pocket as he felt pressure. And so that'll bring up 4th down. Imagine the punt team will come in. Here they come.
The punting unit comes out for Union.
Chase Lang going back to punt the ball. And so the Cougar offensively have been unable to really move the ball tonight. There's the punt, a line drive, and they're going to pick that one up. Hansen Taking it across the 30. He's down across the 35, the 40, down across the 50. There is a flag on the field. Two flags actually on the field. There's one just right about the 50 and another one back at the Grantsville 34. And it looks like this one's coming back. So we'll wait to see. Had a block in the back. An illegal block. We'll just put that. And so they're going to spot that one from the 34. So the 10-yard penalty will put this one back at the 24-yard line. And so the Grantsville Cowboys taking the field again as they've been able to eat up clock. Just running the ball. 5:48 left to go. And Grantsville leading 15-0. Johnson under center, pitches it out to Schmidt around the left side. Schmidt finding some blockers. It looked like Chase Lang got in there after Schmidt picks up about 6. So it'll be 2nd and 4 now for Grantsville. Strata Network say proud to help bring you live coverage of local sports, high school sports right here in the Basin. Enjoy reliable coverage, unbeatable speeds from the company that brings you more local cell sites than any other carrier. Nationwide 4G LTE coverage and the latest devices from your favorite brands. 2nd and 4. Johnson under center, drops back to pass, cross to Bartley, and it's picked off. Brinkerhoff picks it off. He's to the 20, to the 10, gonna try to push it inside, and he's taken down. It looked like Johnson throws it over to Bartley. Bartley, the sophomore, not letting that one just flip off of his fingers, and that's definitely a mistake as a receiver. If you can't get it, don't ever tip it up high, as he does, and Brinkerhoff's there, brings it in, and the Cougars are gonna benefit greatly from this one, you hope. Here from the 5, so it's 1st and goal. Cougars are gonna bring 5 receivers out. As Grantsville continuing to show no respect for the running game as they go 3 down linemen. Labrum rolling right, throws it in, it's to Berlin, and it's touchdown. Berlin making the catch in the back of the end zone. A beautiful catch by Chase Berlin, a beautiful throw by Labrum, and the Cougars are on the board. Chase Lang to come in. Let's see if he can get the extra point. To hold for the Cougars. Trying to see the number there, but I believe that's Neberker. I don't know if I've seen Neberker hold before. This might be new. As, well, he does a great job. The hands are there, and the kick is up. Cougars add another one there, and they're on the board. Our score, of course, there you can see Grantsville 15, Cougars 7. Here it's homecoming night. Homecoming night here in Roosevelt. And so Grantsville's been able to knock out big chunks of time. But the Cougars get the interception. They're able to score and at least bring this one within a touchdown. Ashley Regional Medical Center. They were named one of the top 100 rural hospitals in American by Becker's Review. Ashley Regional Medical Center. And also L&L Motor, always proud sponsor of VTV, live coverage of high school sports here in the Basin. They're the #1 rated new car dealer in the Basin, L&L Motor. So the Cougars will now kick it to Grantsville. We'll wait and see what happens here. I was thinking that was a ploy. Maybe they might kick the onside. Of course, Grantsville playing up just a little bit, just in case. And now they'll go back. Hansen and Schmidt back there to receive as Miller kicks this one, and this one way back. That's going to go into the end zone. Another touchback there for Miller. He's been doing great all year long, and he'll do it again. And so Grantsville will be starting from their own 20. And they can eat up clock. I imagine this, if they can hang on to the ball, that's gonna be the it for the first half. Cougars able to get an interception, almost a pick six by Brinkerhoff. His second interception of the year. He had a pick six last week against Carbon at the very, very end of the game. As Grantsville in the I formation brings Bartley in motion and runs it to Schmidt around the right side. He finds good blocking and he's into the secondary. Looks like that's Foot, and Brinkerhoff finally brings him down. Foot was trying to run him down. Rohr was out there, but it's Brinkerhoff who gets a hold of him. And again, the Cougars struggle to try and find some kind of answer for Schmidt. Schmidt is picking up the big blocks. Of course, you can see those linemen. They're huge. I think I mentioned to you before the game started, I had a chance to walk down there as they were coming in. Looking at those guys, I was, well, of course, anyone towers over me, but they really towered over me. Felt like a college football team. Johnson brings a man in motion. That's Hansen. And he gives to Schmidt again. Schmidt around the left side. And big chunks of yardage again, but there is a flag in the backfield there. Well, not in the backfield, but right there at the line of scrimmage. Schmidt picking up 14 yards. The penalty will be a hold against the Cowboys. So the Cougars.
The holding call against the Cowboys.
Love taking advantage of penalties here. You always love that. So it'll be 1st and 19.
Cowboys will have it now 1st and 20 yards to go for the first.
1st and 19 now for the Cowboys. And you know what? You just give it to Schmidt, and the guys picked up big yardage. The Cougars got to find some kind of answer for Schmidt as they pitch it to him around the left side, and Schmidt, he'll pick up a few. That's Easton Rohr. Takes him down. Looks like Tavita Kafusi was also there. And so it'll be second now, and 2nd and 15 for the Cowboys. As the clock continues to run, again, this Grantsville running game, they'll eat up a lot of clock. Johnson under center. Again, Schmidt in the backfield. As he brings Hansen in motion. And now he gives to Schmidt again. Yeah, Schmidt will pick up a few. This time the Cougars able to bring him down. It looked like Tavita Kafusi. And I see Foot, also Brig Edwards there. Not sure who brought him down, but regardless. Defense making a good stop. Another stop there. Well, not completely. He picks up a few, so it'll be 3rd and 12 now for the Cowboys. As the clock continues to run. Johnson under center. Gives to, this time it's, oh, that's the big number 44. That is Bird.
Picks up the first down.
And he picks up big chunks of yardage, so it'll be now 4th.
No, still got it
4th and 3.
4th and 3.
And so with under 3 minutes to play,
4th and 3 now.
Cougar defense need to make a big stop here. Here at the Cougar 32. 4th and a long 3. Johnson getting the play from his coach. I imagine they're going to take a timeout as he's taking way too much time here. And the Cowboys do. We'll be back.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
Okay, now. And we're back. Mark Winterton right here on VTV Channel 6. Good old high school coverage of your local high school teams. Cougars here on, it's Grantsville on 4th down. Cougar defense trying to make a stop here. Johnson rolls, releases, he's got his man Bird, and Bird's gonna get the first. So Grantsville converts on that one. I got some updated scores for you too around 3A North. Emory up on Carbon 9-0. Judge Memorial up on Morgan 7-0. Your 3A South teams, Manti beating Juab 13-6 right now. Juan Diego over Ridgefield 7-3, and Summit Academy beating North San Pete 13-0. They're in the second quarter still. Let's see if we can find some of our other local teams. Yes, Schmidt again picking up big chunks of yardage. Uinta right now is leading Payson 14-0. That game is at Payson. Of course, Altamont on bye this week, and so it's just the 3, and Duchesne is home to Milford tonight. Johnson under center here on 2nd down. He'll give to Schmidt. Schmidt, you can see the hole open up, and he's close to a first. Looks like he's going to be just short, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
Lane on the tackle. 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
Well, Stickman proud to sponsor VTV's live coverage of your Uinta Basin High School football. Duchesne right now, they're up on Milford 14-0. As Schmidt is giving the ball around the left side. He dives for the end zone. Did he get it? He does. So Grantsville scores again. And the Cougars down, what is the score? 21-7 here. They'll have a chance to knock in the extra point. Now the last time, Johnson was unable to get the snap as it skipped across the ground. He picked it up, rolled, and the botched play turned into a 2-point conversion as he just threw a nice little pass over the top, found a man. This one is up, and it looks good. And so 22 for Grantsville, 7 for the Cougars. We'll be back after this break.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
And Grantsville getting the score there, so they're up now 22-7 on the Cougars. Cougars will have a short time, 41 seconds to be exact, before halftime to see if they can get something on the board. We'll see what they do. And of course, Grantsville has not kicked a kick that's not been an onside kick. At this time, they kick it a little deeper. Gage Roberts will field this one about the 19, and then he trips up. That's Hanson to touch him down. Halftime, we're going to be talking with head coach of your Union High School volleyball team. Also, we're going to be talking with Coach Garrett of the, he's the head basketball coach, but also one of the coaches for the Cougar football team. As it is, it's homecoming here, so there's going to be tons of things going on down there. As the Cougar offense takes the field. So not a whole lot of time here, as the Cougars going to go with 5 receivers, trying to get downfield quick. Labrum, he's pushed out of the, well, not quite pushed out of the pocket. The pocket collapses, and Cowboys get a sack there. Time will tick down. Not sure if the Cougars are going to want another play here, or if they're going to take this one into halftime. Looks like that's going to do it for us. So here at halftime, our score is Cowboys 22, Cougars 7. It is homecoming. We got a little extra long halftime, and so we've got a couple interviews you won't want to miss. We're going to be talking with Coach Loto with the volleyball team for the Cougars, and then also Coach Garrett for the football team. Coming up here in just a bit. We'll be back after this break.
Thanks for coming to a homecoming game.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, Gig Internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Yeah, you can see the cheerleaders down there. It's homecoming here at Union. I'm Mark Winterton, and you are watching Union High School football. Here is Grantsville coming into town. The Cowboys coming in to take on the Cougars. It is halftime, and it is again homecoming. We've got a couple of people we're going to be talking to here for our halftime show. Our first one is Coach Garrett, head football coach of the basketball team, and also one of the assistant coaches for the football team, and we get the opportunity to talk to you.
How lovely.
Thanks for joining us, Coach Garrett. We'll talk just a little bit about, actually maybe you can share with us, these are homecoming royalty?
Yeah.
Three of them are football players.
Yeah, we've got our freshman and sophomore and junior attendants are all football players.
I know, let's see, that's Atwood Kafusi, right?
Yeah, Kafusi's the king.
And then number 77.
Yeah, that's Mason McGlory, the junior attendant. Lincoln Labrum, the sophomore attendant, number 2. And then 61's Zach Foote, the freshman attendant.
And he's dressing tonight.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk just a little bit about the game, I guess. Might as well. Obviously, Union having a tough time there showing in the first half as Grantsville able to, that was some of their keys to the game, was establish the ground game and run the clock.
Yeah, well, they've probably done more than that, so they're doing pretty well.
What kind of changes do you see the Cougars making here in the second half? Get back in this game.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get them to not run the ball so long on every play. Just stop the outside, keep that contained, because once they keep that, then they are going the distance like Hercules.
Well, Schmidt's pretty quick, and he's been able to get around the outside definitely. Containment's a big thing. As far as offensively, Cougars have really had a hard time getting going. Of course, the pick, but there by Brinkerhoff as he's able to run it back to the 5, opens it up, and of course the Cougars get an easy touchdown there. Offensively, what do you see?
Well, I mean, talk about establishing the run game. That's something that we haven't been able to do at this point. I mean, our quarterback and our running back are just getting smacked in the backfield, having to pump their legs really hard, just to get a couple yards. And I mean, we've got an excellent passing game, but it's really hard to go to the passing game when the run game hasn't been established. And I'd venture to say, after watching that first half, that we have not established the run game.
Well, not only that, but they're rushing 3, and they've been able to put a lot of pressure on Labrum even when he's in the pocket passing.
Yeah, sometimes they rush 3, sometimes they rush 5. Regardless, we're confused and we're not getting where we need to go. I think maybe our furthest run's 4 yards. I don't know. Nothing stands out to me, so it's got to be 4, because I don't think nothing stands out to me if it's not 5 yards or more. So.
Well, and the other thing is Grantsville defensively, they've got some good defensive backs, and it's almost like they don't respect anything. They're going, hey, we dare you to pass it on us. You're not gonna run it on us, but we dare you to pass it on us.
I don't know how you're reading their mind from up here, Mark. But
I'm not.
To be honest with you, we haven't really challenged them yet, so they haven't really had to show their stuff. We haven't challenged them. I mean, we had them on the touchdown pass. It's nice when you're starting the ball within the 10-yard line or whatever we're at. I don't even know, but it was close. So that definitely helps. But I mean, at this point, I mean, we've got one of the best receiving corps in the state, and you know, we haven't been able to utilize that yet, and it's making all of us on the sideline very sad.
Well, no, and it's hard. It's definitely a hard one to watch. Defensively, what are we gonna? I mean, if the defense, that's one of the tough things. Is Grantsville, they run the ball a lot. They run the clock. What does that do to you defensively, to your defensive guys?
Well, to be honest with you, if we can just get them off the field, you know, they have 2 fourth-down conversions. We just get them off the field. It's a slow-paced game. We got a lot of guys going 2 ways this week right now. You know, I actually think that could be an advantage to us. But if we can't get off on 3rd down, if we can't get off on 4th down, then that advantage is taken from us very quickly.
All right. Well, enough about football. And we wish you the best, obviously. We want to see Cougars get a win tonight. And, you know, they only down by 2 scores. Hey, let's turn it around. Let's talk some basketball. Why not? You guys have been busy. You guys have been busy in the offseason all summer long playing. Maybe give us a little bit of a sneak peek on the basketball team.
Oh, man, I don't even know. It's too hard to – I mean, we've had a lot of guys working hard. We've had guys going since the end of basketball season last year. We've had a handful of guys that have been going then. We've had a ton of guys going in the summer. And, you know, we got guys working. I love it because I'm out here coaching football, and, you know, some of the basketball players don't play football, but, you know, they're working. They're getting things done on their own. They're getting better. You can never really know how good you're going to be, though, so I don't know what to tell you. I don't really know what to expect.
Now, I had heard a rumor. Can you confirm that?
That depends.
You guys got a new transfer, or did that even happen? Because I'm not in the school, so I don't see what happens.
We have some new players this year, yeah. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, okay. All right. You're not going to give us any more information?
Dude, I got to keep my mind on the game, man. We got 13 minutes till we have to go out there and tear it up.
I know. I thought we'd talk a little basketball, but I understand. Well, good luck to the rest of the game. And then, of course, we'll be talking to you when basketball season comes around.
Okay, sounds good. Sure, appreciate you.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you so much.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, Gig Internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Mark Winterton live here at in Roosevelt as the Union Cougars taking on the Grantsville Cowboys. They're at halftime here. It's homecoming, and so of course a special homecoming halftime, a little extra long, and so we get a chance to talk to a couple of the coaches. We've got our head volleyball coach, the Union High School head volleyball coach, Anna Meloto. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Right now, you guys are undefeated in region.
Yep.
And I'll let you. Why don't you just brag it up? You just tell us how good Union's doing.
They're doing pretty good. We went to a couple big tournaments at the beginning of the season for our preseason, and it was hard. They were hard tournaments. We played some 6A schools, 5A schools, 4A schools.
Couple of schools you played. Go ahead and just name some off.
We played Fremont. We played
Fremont. My sister
Lehigh.
coaches there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alma mater. That's where I went to high school. So.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's cool.
Yeah, my sister's the head coach actually at Fremont.
Shauna?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
small world.
How did you do against them, by the way?
We did pretty good. They look good this year, too. So
How does my niece look?
Pretty good.
She's
a little bit.
She's only a little sophomore, right?
And yeah, but
she's little.
She's good. She's getting some things up. I'm like, holy smokes. So it's fun to watch her. And then I'm trying to think of other ones. Can't remember off the top of my head. We played Lehigh. We played a couple schools from Idaho. So it was a big tournament. It was fun. And going to those big tournaments helps us be mentally tough because we didn't always win out there. So they have to learn how to bounce back from adversity. Like I always say, how are you going to respond to a challenge? How are you going to respond to losing?
A loss.
Yeah.
A loss, yeah.
And so far they've been doing good, and they have to come out and be strong when they come play anybody. I'm like, you can't overlook any team. So how are you going to prepare to play state practice? Are you going to play like however you want? Or are you going to play like to win state? So they try to focus on that when they're practicing. It's been good.
And so now going into region, you guys are how many? You're 5-0.
5-0. We haven't lost any yet. So
5-0.
Is that 5?
I don't
it's
know.
5.
I don't know. So how many more
4 or
region
5.
games do you have left?
We got 5 more region games.
5 more region games?
5 or 6, something like that.
When's your next game?
Our next game is Tuesday. Next home game is Tuesday.
Okay.
And then we have a bye.
Tuesday here, so come out and support the Cougar volleyball team. Who are you guys playing?
We play Carbon at home.
All right.
So.
And why don't you let's talk just a little bit about a few of the players.
Anyone specific?
I don't care. It's your interview. You're here to brag up the team.
Well, I have a solid team. If they're not on the court, they're giving energy on the bench, and they're 100% involved in making sure we're doing the best we can. So it's kind of cool. I can pull anybody off the bench and put them in and trust that they're going to do what I ask them to do or make a difference here or there.
A good depth.
We have good depth, especially in our defense. Like our back row, we have a lot of depth. So we don't have a lot of depth in our hitting positions, but we're okay in those positions. So I'm excited. we're
Well,
building
that's
up.
kind of a small town thing anyway.
Yeah.
You got to get those tall players, and
Yeah.
you can't just choose from anywhere when you're in a small town.
Yeah, and they're all performing well in their positions. I moved some positions around, and it's been hard on some of them, but they're catching on, and they're starting to figure it out. So I'm excited. I think we got a good solid rotation that we're going to be using. So, and it could change next week. I don't know, because just sometimes ebbs and flows of games just go that way, and every player has off games sometimes, and so we'll just go off of how we play. But we have Ellison in the outside, and she's caught on. She's doing pretty good. Her sister Aislinn is setting, and we have Savannah liberoing, and they're all being pretty solid. We have Reagan and Carly in the middle right now, so
Most of them
fun.
fairly young then, isn't it?
Yes, we have 4 seniors. We have Abby Earl, Aislinn Weaver, Taylor Rundell, and Savannah Hartle. So they all get playing time, and it's been pretty cool.
And Ellison, isn't she just a
She's
sophomore?
a sophomore.
So a
And
sophomore.
then we have 2 DSs, 3 DSs that are sophomores. So, and our middles are sophomores. We have mostly, juniors. Sorry, our middles are juniors, and we have some DSs that are juniors
Carly's
and half
Carly's
sophomores.
a junior, yeah, and then Ellison
Yeah.
sophomore.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Been pretty,
No, that's
pretty
always
crazy.
fun because then you build,
Yep.
but you're not going to lose any. Well, you're going to lose a few, but you're going to still keep on
Yeah.
a lot of strong kids.
It's
to,
funny because every year, since I've been coaching, we've only had 4 seniors. I'm like, I don't know how that always happens, but we have 4 seniors and we have a big group building up into it. So I'm like, oh, next year we need to keep more of you guys. So
Yeah.
just come back, but I'm excited.
And is this your third year?
This is my 3rd year.
Third year coaching for Union.
Yep.
Well, we wish you the best of luck as you continue on through region, and come out and support your Union High School volleyball team. Anything you want to add before we let you go?
We love our community, and we've had so much support through everybody. So it's been great.
All right. Well, thanks, Anna, for joining us, and
Thanks.
again, good luck.
Thank you.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
And we're live, Union High School. The Cougars taking on the Cowboys. I'm Mark Winterton, and welcome to VTV's live coverage of high school sports here in the Basin. Of course, proud to bring you the Cougar Cowboy game here, as it is just coming out of halftime. Cougars down 22-7 here against the Cowboys. Cowboys have been able to run the ball well, and the defense has been, having a tough time stopping them. That's been the biggest thing. The Cougars did get a interception that was ran back to the 5, and nice little touchdown throw by Labrum to Chase Berlin. Got the Cougars on the board. Here at halftime, little updates around the Basin. I was going to say around the league, but it's around the Basin. Duchesne, they're beating Milford 14-6. It's in the third quarter. I had a score here. Uinta is up on Payson as this one gets ready to start. Uinta's beating Payson 14-0, and that is currently our scores. Altamont on bye this week. Is Miller kicking this one? It's going to land the 15, picked up by Hansen. He crosses the 20, 25. He's down to the 30, going to cross the 35, and he breaks free. It looks like he's, actually pushed out of bounds. So it looks like the Cowboys will take over on their own 40-yard line. Again, the Cowboys, they take up big chunks of clock running the ball, picking up big chunks of yardage after the first half. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Cougars have made as we start this second half. They're going to come out with a 5 front linemen. We never saw that. In fact, this is a nickel package. Bring Hansen in motion. They're going to give it to Schmidt. Schmidt breaking it outside. And that was Rohr that got a hold of him, pulling him down. And so Rohr gets the tackle there for a slight loss. We're going to give him a slight loss. Percival coming out of the game. He was that 5th down lineman. And so they're going to go back to a 4-3 defense. Again, Johnson under center in this single back formation, spread formation. As again, he brings Hansen in motion and then gives to Hansen around the left side. Hansen picking up big chunks of yardage, and what it is just using his speed to get out there. He'll be just short of a first down. Nope, they're going to give it to him. They were going to give it to him. I don't think he got it. I still don't think he got it. But they gave it to him. So it'll be 1st and 10 here at midfield. Hansen's tying his shoe back there. Johnson under center. Going to bring Bartley in motion. Bartley coming around, and it's a trap. Little trap there to Schmidt, and Schmidt breaking into the secondary. It's Foot, actually, that gets a hold of his foot. Bringing him down, but they give him the first. So they get up to the Cougar 39-yard line. You can see the wind out there blowing. It's a chilly one tonight here in Roosevelt. Here for the Cougar homecoming game. Flag thrown in there as they give to Schmidt. And I'm guessing it's going to be a false start. Look like I could see the official actually giving the signal of a false start. False start against the Cowboys.
Be a penalty against Union, too many men on the field. Didn't quite get out of bounds.
Wait to see what they're. Oh, it's against the Cougars. And I'm not sure if that's too many men on the field. Is that what that was? Well, a 5-yard penalty, and so it'll bring still first down for the Cowboys as they are in Cougar territory here. Johnson under center. Bartley in motion. They're going to pitch to Bartley. The big boy around the right side, the sophomore, now cuts it up. He gets a first. Look like Brinkerhoff and Burchell. Burchell, the first one to hit him there.
That's a Cowboy first down.
So another Cowboy first down.
Cowboys will have a 1st and 10 on the Union 24.
And the clock, of course, continues to run. Under 10 minutes to go. Johnson under center. Brings number 2 in motion. Gives to the big boy up the middle. Is that number 14? Is that what's the number?
Richardson goes up the middle.
That's Richardson there.
Number 32 on the stop, Jeremy Miller.
There's Jeremy Miller with the tackle there, and it'll be 2nd and 3 now. Well, L&L Motor, you can visit their new Buick GMC full-service store in Vernal. L&L Motor, a
2nd and 3.
proud sponsor of VTV sports coverage. Again, that big number Richardson in the backfield there as he brings man in motion. Johnson hands it to Richardson.
Number 53.
Latui got a hold of him but couldn't hang on. And he'll pick up a few more, close to a first. And it looks like it about is a first down. We'll see what the refs do. Yep, it is. So they're going to give it to him. First down from the Cougar 14-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
That's a Grantsville first down.
Strata Networks. Hey, they bring you the latest mobile devices from your favorite brands. You can visit them today. Buy one, get one free on select smartphones. Strata Networks. We connect lives. Johnson under center. Brings Schmidt back in the backfield there as he brings a man in motion. And he'll give to Schmidt. Schmidt slipping. He's down. So there's been a couple of times that Schmidt's actually had just not able to get the. That must be a little bit slippery out there. A little bit. Of course, he's the only one that we've seen have a trouble getting grip as he slides there and goes down. Grantsville taking off just huge chunks of time here. Well, they received to start the ball game, and they've been able to hang on to the ball as they bring a man in motion. That's Hansen. They're going to pitch it to Schmidt around the left side. He's got great blocking.
Schmidt's got some room.
And making a nice spin there as he gets inside the 10.
He's met there by Gage Roberts and Jeremy Miller.
Jeremy Miller, it looked like, was in on the tackle there. And so now it'll be 3rd and 4.
A pickup of 7 yards. 3rd and 4.
Ashley Regional Medical Center, the only Joint Commission accredited hospital in the Basin. That is Ashley Regional Medical Center, another proud sponsor of high school sports here in the Basin. It's probably going to be a false start there. Oh, it's encroachment against the defense, and that'll give them a first down.
Penalty against the Cougars.
Be half the distance, I think. And that's enough for a first. So it'll be 1st and goal now. Cowboys on the 4-yard line, Cougar 4-yard line. Cougars got 4 down linemen. As they put a man in motion, they're going to give it to Schmidt. Schmidt, he's wrapped up. Tavita Kafusi looked like is able to finally make the grab that holds him up there. Nate Foote also in on the tackle. But it was Tavita that stopped him in his tracks. And the Cougars Don't give him anything on that one. So it'll be second now, second down and goal. And again, you watch that clock, just eating it away. Grantsville's not going to give the Cougars much time to do anything, as they've almost used up the whole third quarter on this drive. Johnson under center. Fakes it to Schmidt, rolls the throw to Richardson, and Richardson's got a touchdown, Grantsville. So Grantsville now up 28-7. Cougars need 3 scores. And the problem is Grantsville just will eat up clock if you allow them to continue to get first downs. The Cougars have to find some way to stop this running team, the run game of Grantsville. And that's it's a great plan. It's actually one of the keys of the game for Coach Bird of Grantsville. The extra point looks good. And so Grantsville takes a 29-7 lead over the Cougars. We're back after this break.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
And we're back. Mark Winterton bringing you live coverage of Union High School football here. VTVchannel6.com. As Linton kicks it. This is actually going to be his deepest kick. Gage Roberts gets under it. Oh, and steps out of bounds. Could have let that one go. Instead, the Cougars will be starting on their own 14-yard line here. You know, that's a tough one to figure out as it comes down. You don't know how to catch it. They've had an onside kick. Well, Grantsville recovered an onside kick earlier in the game. They kicked like 3 of them, and Cougars recovered the first one. In fact, it was Colby Gurr who got under it, and it was a nice catch, actually, the very first kick of the game. After that, Grantsville got the second one, and then the third one went out of bounds. And so since then, the Cougars have been fairly cautious in their kick returns here as dual receivers to both sides. Labrum drops back, needs time in the pocket, and he gets it. As this one tipped, looks like it was intended for Burchell. Gage Roberts almost able to get under it at the end. Cheerleaders there throwing cheerleaders are throwing frisbees, and the frisbees are just going back because of the wind and back onto the field. In fact, they got 3 frisbees out there on the field right now. As Labrum drops back to throw, ball up to Foot. And the defensive back just kind of pushing him, holding him right there. He was trying to get to it, but no call. So now it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Cougars. 2 passes, and Labrum unable to find his man downfield from their own 14-yard line. Cougars need to get something going here. Only 5:13 left to go in the third, and down by 3 scores. As Grantsville shows blitz. Labrum in trouble, and he is going to be sacked for a huge loss, and the Cougars will have to punt this one away. So they'll send their punt team in, and we'll see what Lang can do as he'll be stuck in his own end zone. Back to receive for the Cowboys. That's Hansen and Schmidt, and both of them can be deadly.
Schmidt and Hansen deep.
There's Lang's punt. It's high, as it's actually going to not go anywhere. The bounce just stays right there, and Grantsville will have favorable field position when we come back. And we are back. Grantsville's offense takes the field here. Johnson under center brings Bartley in motion. And he's going to give to Schmidt, as always. And Schmidt finding room to just pick up chunks of yards. Chunks of yardage. Good blocking by the offensive line, and Cougars not able to get a good hold on him. And he'll pick up 6. So Cowboys at the 22 here. Union's defense hasn't found an answer to Schmidt all night long. They did go with a 5-down lineman one time I saw as Bartley comes in motion. They'll give it to Schmidt again, and that was a trying to make a diving tackle there by Latui. He misses, but it's Rohr that comes in for the tackle for the loss. So a nice play there by Rohr, and they make a good play here, but causing Grantsville to have a 3rd down. Of course, Grantsville has also converted on, I want to say, 2 4th downs for sure. They haven't had to convert very many because they haven't been forced to, as they've gotten 1st downs often. Johnson again will fake it to Schmidt. Roll. Ball intended for Bird, and it's no good. And so now they will have 4th down here. I don't think Grantsville actually has a punter. No need. Just go for it. Johnson gets the play from his coach there. Offensive coordinator for Grantsville is Craig Harrison. Harrison bringing this spread offense to the Cowboys. Johnson again fakes it to Schmidt, rolls, throws, releasing to Bartlett. Bartlett's got the catch, and it's Brock Brinkerhoff on coverage. Number 14 there. They pick up the 1st down. And so Grantsville continues to march. Again, another 4th down conversion that just kills this defensive hopes of turning the ball over and getting the offense back on the field, which the Cougars need to do. 2:50 left to go in the 3rd and down by 3 scores. They can't allow another score here as Grantsville threatening inside in the red zone here. As Hansen comes in motion, and they're going to give it to Hansen around the left side. He's got some blocking. He's got blockers all over the place. He'll pick up another big chunks of yardage. And so it'll be 2nd and 2 now. They're at the Cougars 6-yard line, looks like. Clock continues to tick here in the 3rd quarter. Game not over yet, but Cougars have to make a stop here and take it down and score. Down by 3 scores, and Grantsville has just eaten up clock and run the ball. Just over and over here tonight. Johnson brings Bartley in motion, pitches it out to No, he gives to Schmidt. Schmidt's going to take this one, touchdown. So Grantsville on the board again. And this one's starting to look ugly. 1:55 left to go here in the third. Grantsville to add the extra point. We'll see if we can make it 36-7 here. Cougars have been able to get a few blocked kicks this year, but they're not going to get this one. 36 for the Cowboys, 7 for the Cougars. We're back after this break.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
Well, we're back, and you didn't miss much as Grantsville again trying to kick the onside kick. Cougars prepared for it, ready for it, and it goes out of bounds. So the Cougars will get it about the 40-yard line, I believe, is. Well, it went out of bounds about the 39, and so the Cougars actually.
Let's get some applause going here. Let's get these Cougars in the end zone again.
Of course, I was thinking if it goes out of bounds, they automatically take it from the 40, but they're marking this one at 39. You know what? Who knows? High school rules to NFL to college, they're all different. Labrum in the gun. He's going to roll left, bootleg. Now he's going downfield, and he's got Nate Foot. Foot hangs on, barely hanging on. He bobbled it there. You could see him bobble it a little bit. But finally, the Cougars actually have a play here that goes big yardage. First play of the game that actually gets big yardage, and the Cougars are in Cowboy territory. So Cougars have struggled all night long. Labrum's not gotten the time in the pocket, and in fact, so this play they roll him out. He does his work with his feet and finds his man downfield. Again, this time they're going to roll right, and now he releases. Intended for Miller, incomplete. It was just thrown over his head. But so the Cougars are making some adjustments to try and move the ball here. 2nd and 10 now. Trips right. Labrum in the gun. We'll see if he rolls some more as Grantsville, they've got the 3-down linemen, but they blitz backers every time, and here come the blitz. They've got 5, and Labrum releases. It's intended for Burchell. They're going to say incomplete. Wasn't able to come up with it. He dove. A nice diving, I guess, attempt, but can't haul it in. So now 3rd and 10 for the Cougars. It's one of those things where the Cougars come out and it just almost offensively, they were unprepared for this Grantsville defense that has blitzed often from all corners. They only have 3-down linemen, but these linebackers are coming from all over the place, and this linebacker gets through. Number 11 bringing him down. I imagine the Cougars will go for it. As Riding gets the sack. And again, just blitzing linebackers from all over the place. And this offensive line has no answers for them. They're usually only blitzing 5, but it's the 3-down linemen that are mixing it up, creating holes for these linebackers to shoot through. You know, a defensive lineman that slants against the guard and takes out the center and the guard, and then the linebacker comes through there. As Labrum will bootleg around the right side, downfield, he's got his man. It looks like it's Roberts. Caught for a first down, and the Cougars continue to march. They're in the red zone. With 37 seconds left in this quarter, Cougars are going to have to work fast if they want to get back into this one. And then, of course, it's now all up to the defense, and the defense shutting down Grantsville, of course, to see if they can get back into this one. Cougars trying to score here. The snap, and Labrum fumbles it. He's just going to jump on it. Smart play there to just jump on it. You try and pick it up and you lose it, especially as you're marching here, but it is going to be a 6-yard loss. So the Cougars will still have 3 more plays here. With 4 receivers. Cougars are going to let this one die down. That's going to do it for us after 3. It's Grantsville on top, 36-7 over the Cougars.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
And so we're back on second down. The Cougars drop back, and it's Labrum just getting blitzed again. Again, the Cowboys aren't bringing that many guys. It's just they're blitzing from all directions, and the offensive line is confused. They can't figure this out. Of course, head coach Bird is also the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. You got to hand it to him. He's got 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers that blitz from wherever and who knows when. Usually they've only got 4 to 5 guys coming in, but this the offensive line cannot figure it out now. We'll see what happens. Cougars are going to go with 5 receivers, 4 blitzers, and 1 gets through. It's Arbin, and Labrum's going to keep it. Not going to get much as Hansen comes up to make the tackle. And so it'll be 4th and a lot. You got 5 blockers and you got 4 blitzing defenders. It's confusion on the offensive line, and that's how Grantsville's winning defensively right now. As Labrum's going to go deep. Intended for Roberts. And it is, of course, intercepted there by Hansen. And so Grantsville will take over on their own 20. Great ball thrown by Labrum, but Hansen was right on Roberts like glue. Well, Sunbelt Rental is proud to sponsor VTV6's live coverage of Uinta Basin High School football as they supply the lifts here for our camera coverage, camera crew, and also coaches. Get them up high enough to see the whole field. So again, Sunbelt Rentals. Johnson brings Hansen in motion, and they give to Schmidt. Schmidt, no, that's actually, sorry, not Schmidt, that's Richardson. And Richardson just straight arming his way across the 50. He's got one man to beat. That's Nebeker, and Nebeker is going to shove him out. Nope, did he? Did he get him out? He did, about the 3-yard line.
And he's pushed out before the touchdown on about the 3-yard line.
Richardson just straight-armed, guys. Straight-armed anybody who tried to tackle him to the turf. That was a sad one to watch.
Grantsville has a goal to go on the 3-yard line.
36-7. As Grantsville will continue to just run the ball. Richardson, the big boy in the backfield. Looked like a bowling ball moving out there. As Johnson brings a man in motion, but of course he's going to give it to the bowling ball. And the bowling ball will score. So our score now, 42 for the Cowboys, 7 for the Cougars. This one's a tough one now for the Cougars. They're going to have to take this loss and regroup, see what they can come back with next week. Next week they face, I believe it's Judge Memorial. Judge Memorial, a tough one. I think it's Judge. And Judge, of course, always tough. As Linton comes in to kick the extra point. The snap, Johnson struggled there with the snap for just a second. He sets it, Linton's able to get it. And so they add the extra point. Well, it's always tough to lose your homecoming. We still got almost 10 minutes to go, but this one might be out of reach for the Cougars. Hey, I'm being optimistic. Trying to be optimistic as Cougars will get ready to receive. Grantsville, of course, always kicking the onside kick. It's like a floating onside kick. And Grantsville, of course, let's see, they lost last week to Morgan. They're a 1-4 team, but they're a darn good 1-4 team. Their only losses are to Cypress. Well, they're 4 losses: Cypress, Stansbury, Tooele, and Morgan. But all 4 of those programs are good programs. Tooele, Stansbury, and of course Cypress, all bigger schools, and then Morgan. But Grantsville will be 1-1 in region, along with Union. And then Grantsville will be at Carbon next week, taking on the Dinos. As Union will be home again, this time to Judge, as Burchell takes this kickoff out to about the 23-yard line. We'll see where they're going to mark about the 22, it looks like. Stickman. Hey, they're proud to sponsor VTV6's live coverage of Uinta Basin High School football. I think they had their charity tournament here a couple weeks ago, as they pick a charity to give the funds that are raised for that. Cougars come out with trips right. Labrum in the gun. Miller comes to the right side there. And they're going to give to Miller. Miller does find a little bit of blocking for a second. As it looks like Richardson brings him down. Miller will get a few. Second and 7 now. Dual receivers to both sides. Labrum drops back. He's going to throw. Going deep. It's to Chase Berlin. Berlin not able to bring it down. A good try there, Gibson, the defender. Just a sophomore there.
Chase Gibson on the coverage, number 19.
So now it'll be 3rd and 7.
Got a penalty against Grantsville.
I missed the penalty, but that's going to give the Cougars a first down, so they'll take it. Bring it out to their own 35-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go here in the game, and they're going to give this one to Burchell around the right side with Richardson chasing. And he just grabs a hold of Burchell, swings him around. It's like no yards on that play.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
And Richardson, man, he's a big kid, but he's fast. Again, the 3 down linemen. Grantsville not bringing a whole lot up front, and this time they're not going to blitz anyone. As Berlin goes up to try and catch that one is over the top, unable to bring that one down. So it'll bring up 3rd now and 10 for the Cougars. Cougars continuing to struggle here offensively, trying to get downfield. That time Grantsville not blitzing anything. We'll see what they do this time, as again they've just the 3 down linemen, and they're going to blitz 1 backer. And Labrum is forced out of the pocket. He's looking downfield. He releases. It's Chase Berlin at the first down marker, and they're going to get it.
And he makes the catch, Berlin.
So Berlin making a couple of catches tonight. He's been targeted several times here, making a couple of catches, the touchdown. And the Cougars get this one up to the 46-yard line. Labrum in the gun, 5 receivers this time. Grantsville just bringing the 3. So Labrum's got time. He releases to Gage Roberts. Roberts is hit as he makes the catch, or makes the attempt to catch it. And you can see the frustration there as Roberts throws Gibson away from him.
Gibson on the coverage.
Here the Cougars just trying to score. You know, you'd like to just see one, just end the game in a score. Berlin in motion. And they give it to Miller. Miller's not going to get a whole lot.
Handoff is to Miller up the middle.
Grantsville continues to dominate the trenches.
14, Richardson on the tackle.
Miller will get 2. So it'll be 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8.
Again, 4 receivers. As Grantsville's going to bring 4. They're going to give it to Burchell. Burchell will pick up a few, and so it'll bring up 4th down now for the Cougars.
Richardson on the tackle.
So we'll see what the Cougars decide to do here on 4th down. Are they going to run it, or are they going to go downfield? I imagine the bootleg Labrum out one side, but we'll see what happens. Give him a little bit of time. Nope, they drop back. There's the throw. It's caught by Berlin. Berlin gets upfield. He avoids one tackler, and he does get upfield, gets the first down. So a nice catch and run by Berlin, and the Cougars get a first down. Gonna go trips left here. With time just running down, gonna bootleg it. It releases, it's to Burchell. Burchell makes a move, he's got the first. So the Cougars have plenty of time to score here, and that's what you definitely want to do here, just score. Just score and establish that, hey, we can score on these guys. Of course, it's kind of their secondary, that's kind of the second string here. Grantsville, 3 down linemen. They're only bringing 3. As Labrum again under pressure, throws this one up. It is tipped, almost intercepted. That was Ethan Merrill, a junior for the Cowboys. Intended for foot. Strata Networks, proud to help bring you live coverage of local sports. Enjoy the reliable coverage and the unbeatable speeds from the company that brings you more local cell sites than any other carrier. As the Cougars go to Berlin, Berlin makes a move. He's trying to find his blockers. He does. He's out to the 20, across the 15, and a good play there by Chase Berlin. A nice move, as it was just a hitch pattern. Little hitch pattern. Labrum hits him, and it was that first initial move as he ditches his defender and makes a big play. So another nice play by Berlin. Berlin making some big plays in the receiving core for the Cougars tonight. And they're going to run this one to Miller. Miller makes a move. He slips, but he stays on his feet, and he's able to get a few more.
Richardson on the tackle.
Well, Ashley Regional Medical Center, they're looking forward to the completion of their new women's center. That's going to be in 2018. As Labrum in the gun, trips left. Gonna roll left. He's got Miller out there, and he releases. Pass intended for Burchell. Burchell, that will hit him in the hands, but he's unable to bring it in. As Duchesne is currently up 14-6. Just some updates here. Still up 14-6. Having some trouble with Milford, it seems like. Putting them away. Uinta. Let's see if I can get an updated score on that one. We'll see if I can get you an updated score here coming up. Uinta tied up 14-all against Payson as they near the end of the third quarter. Labrum in trouble now. He releases, intended for Miller, and it's Miller bringing down the touchdown. So the Cougars get on the board again here with 50 seconds left to go in the game. That's probably going to pretty much do it for us, but they'll have a chance to knock an extra point on. So Lang will come in. Oh, they're going to go for 2. They are going to go for 2. Hey, why not? Keep fighting for more. So they're going to go trips right. Our receivers on the right side. That's Roberts, Rohr, and Berlin. As Labrum drops back to throw. Now he releases. It's caught by Roberts. The flag in the middle of the field there. And I think it was actually a head-to-head by the defender. So a legal hit to that, I guess you could, is what it is. But they get the 2-point conversion, so the Cougars, did they catch the 2-point conversion? I thought they caught it. Did they not catch it? So I guess our score remains 13-43. They must have got it, otherwise they would have redone the play. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it is 15-43. Our scoreboard wasn't showing it, but I figured they got it. And so that'll be assessed on the kickoff. Imagine the Cougars will probably kick an onside kick. There's the penalty as the illegal hit to the head as Roberts made the catch, and I think that's a 15-yard penalty. So the Cougars will kick it from the Grantsville 45. And so the Cougars will kick an onside kick here. And for the Cougars kicking that onside kick, that's Jackson Miller, a sophomore, Jerem's younger brother. and he must be the onside specialist, as we got Roberts, Burchell, Berlin all right there, and that ball's going to go downfield, and they're just going to jump on it. They don't quite get to it. In fact, he throws it back, but it looked like, I think, Grantsville's able to finally get on it. So Grantsville will take over on their own 18-yard line. And with 49 seconds left, this game pretty much over. The Cougars able to finally come up with a nice drive, making some great grabs was Chase Berlin. Chase Berlin having some, he had a couple of good first downs, big first downs, in fact. I want to say they were both fourth downs, but maybe they were, one was a third and one was a fourth. He made a move on one where he made a move on the defender, got upfield, got the first down. Another one, a nice little out pattern where he caught a nice pass, diving catch. And then Jerem Miller with the catch in the end zone for the touchdown. And so the Cougars putting together a nice drive, and I'm going to say that's the positive thing out of tonight's game was that drive right there for the Cougars, showing that, hey, you can do it, you can get downfield, but they struggled picking up the blitz. They struggled with this defense, with the Grantsville defense, and then on defense, unable to stop Schmidt, as Schmidt was able to get outside, running wherever he pretty much wanted to against the Cougars. And so the Cougars losing this one. They're going to go 1-1, or they'll be 1-1 now in region. Grantsville also 1-1. Of course, Grantsville now has the tiebreaker over the Cougars, though. And so the Cougars, that's always a tough one, losing in your homecoming game, as they'll lose this one. But they'll be back home, and we'll be right back here again next week. It's Judge Memorial taking on the Cougars. We'll be live right here on VTV Channel 6, as you can watch it on the Roku channel, our VTV Roku channel, or VTVchannel6.com. A big thanks again to all of our sponsors. We're going to mention them: L&L Motors, Strata Networks, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Moon Lake Electric, Savage, Stickman, and Sunbelt Rentals. As that's going to do it for us, as this one is done. Thanks for listening. Mark Winterton at VTV, bringing you your Union High School sports coverage tonight, and of course all of our Basin. Again, big thanks to VTV for bringing us live coverage of the Basin sports. I think I could give you maybe some quick updates if other teams. I know the Milford Duchesne game, that one is live on our VTV, is doing that one. Last I checked, it was Uena was all tied up, 14-all against Payson. And I don't have an update on the Duchesne Milford score yet, but we'll let you go. Have a great evening, and again, thanks for joining us.